back to the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast.
Episode 158, Part 6 of Book Breakdown from the great book, Heads Up Baseball by Ken Ravizza. Chapter 6, Pitching. Trust your stuff. This is the only podcast that makes players fuerta en la cabeza. And that's not from me. That's from Enrique Byrones, Dominican Winter League MVP. El lugar es aquí, el momento es ahora. Wherever you are, the place is here, the time is now. As we do every time, we take it from the clouds to the dirt where it can grow. Let's lock in. Pitching, man, it ain't for the faint of heart. The Chapter 6 in Heads Up Baseball, titled Pitching, Trust Your Stuff. And it's really a gritty, deep dive into what separates those who survive on the bum from those who thrive out there on the island. It's not about being perfect. It's about being prepared. Not about dominating with your best stuff every time. It's about trusting what you do have right now and committing and trusting it fully. Because sometimes, you've only got 80% of your shit that day. Do battle with the 80% you got. Don't worry about the 20% you don't got. Trust your stuff. Stick to your plan. Own the rubber and green lights. Let it eat. The question becomes, why do you pitch? Before you throw your first pitch, you've got to get straight on why you do this. Is it faith? Is it love? Is it fun? The process of getting better, learning and growing? The fight of it all? Pushing that rock up the hill every day like Sisyphus? Is it for the moment when everything is quiet and you're the only one out there on the island, you and the catcher dialed in on what's coming next? Why do you pitch? Maybe it's you love the challenge. Maybe you like standing out on that island alone in the arena, knowing that it's on you to be that one-pitch warrior. You gotta know. You gotta own it. Because when the shit hits the fan, and it will, that purpose becomes your anchor, along with the breath. So know yourself, too. Like, what's your stuff? Stay within yourself. We've all heard it, but do we even know what it means? It means knowing your arsenal, your mental makeup, and how you respond under pressure. It means knowing that your best pitch isn't your fastball. It's the one you can trust with a runner on third and nobody out, right? Because we've said this before, the right pitch thrown with no trust and no commitment, you're better off throwing the wrong pitch with total trust and total commitment. We'd rather have that one. It's important to say, I'm my most effective, dominant, one-pitch warrior self when? Reflect on that. Know what you're like in green line. When you're your most confident self, what is your body language, focus, and self-talk like? What's your best pitch? What throws you off your rhythm? Are you visualizing the pitch or hoping that it finds the zone? So that brings us to 3 enemies of commitment and trust. All right, every player's probably dealt with them. It's the prayer, primal, and perfect pitching. Prayer pitching is you say a little, please, God, before you throw it. You're pitching with hope. You're not hunting the strike zone. You're pitching with hope, not conviction, not trust, not commitment. God loves competitors, not wishers, man. Don't be praying, please, God, let me throw a strike in there. Primal pitching. Second one is primal. So you got prayer, now we got primal. You miss your spot, so you grunt harder, muscle up. Congrats. Now you're overthrowing, spraying shit, flattening out your stuff like a 7th grade travel pitcher. How about perfect pitching? Perfect pitching, you try to nibble the corners like you're doing some sand mandala. You aim small, miss wide, and walk the yard. The merry-go-round happens. Fuck all 3. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be primal. And you certainly don't need to be prayer. And that's not the kind of prayer he wants to hear. But you do need to be present. Present over perfect. So it's a shift from don't fuck this up, to make a pitch. You don't pitch to the hitter, you pitch to the mitt. You're not throwing to a batter, you're throwing to a catcher. When you internalize that, your mindset changes. Bert Blyleven, the great Bert Blyleven, said a pitcher should never throw the ball. He should make a pitch. Be a professional glove hitter. Hit the glove. That's your job. Trust isn't soft. Trust isn't sitting back on your heels. It's full throttle belief that what you're about to do is enough. Trust is an action, just like confidence. It's breathing when you're tight, staying loose when you're amped up, and saying, breathe, let it eat, compete. Get to know your battlefield a little bit, right? Get to know your working environment. You don't show up to war without knowing the terrain. So when you get to the park, take a damn tour. Go to the mound, feel it, pick your focal point out, assign meaning to it. Maybe it's the flagpole. Maybe it's a crack in the scoreboard. Something that brings you back to now. Maybe not a crack in the scoreboard, because not every place is going to have a crack in the scoreboard. Every spot will have a left field foul pole, and every spot will, for the most part, will have a batter's eye. Pick your focal point out. Declare the mound as sacred space for you. You step on it only when you're in green lights and ready to compete. You release the bullshit and you leave it behind you. Those things that you can't control. You flush the negativity. Literally or metaphorically, you can literally go into the clubhouse, into the dugout, into the bathroom, and flush it all down the toilet. All right? Wipe the rosin bag. Find your ritual. Find what works for you. In the bullpen, you want to rehearse the reality. Game-like scenarios with game-like intensity. Warm up like you mean it, not just physically, but mentally. Hit spots, switch speeds, work on your breath, your rhythm, your tempo, your pace. Get your mind in game before the game. Work backward from your first inning. Prepare your body, prepare your pitches. Practice pitching. Prepare your body, practice pitches. Practice your pitches, practice pitching. And then you take it to the game, free and easy. Bullpen stuff doesn't mean shit if you don't bring it with you, as long as it's a good bullpen. But you've had a bad bullpen and gone out and executed pitches. So good bullpen, bad bullpen, who cares? Trust yourself. Use your breath, use your body language, chest up, shoulders back, chin up. Even if you're faking it at first, project the competitor. You have got to trust yourself. Pitch with freedom. The stuff not might be electric every day, man, but freedom plays, process plays, preparation plays, commitment and trust plays. You know where the term electric stuff came from? I heard this story the other day. I forget where it was, but a guy was pitching in a game. Man, I want to say it was in like the 1900s. That's, of course, the year I was born in the 1900s. So early 1900s. And he's out there firing away. There's a crack of lightning, hits him on the mound. I guess he goes down, he passes out, comes back up, finishes off the game. His next outing, no hitter. Thus, the term "that dude has electric stuff" was born. So pitch with freedom, right? One pitch at a time. Lock it in with a pre-pitch routine and a release. Self-control, plan, trust. That's the flow. That's the formula. That's the foundation of heads-up pitching. Self-control. Where am I at with my internal traffic lights? Green is go. Yellow means I'm losing control. Red means I've lost control. Self-control. Get control. Anchor with the breath. Then what's our plan? Fastball inside? Cool. You're going to tell yourself fastball inside, right? See the pitch shape. Fastball inside. Trust. Execute the pitch. Self-control. Breathe. Anchor with the breath. Step onto the rubber with intention. The foot does not engage with the rubber until you're in green lights. Plan we just talked about. Visualize pitch selection, location, and your target. See the pitch shape. Say the pitch. Take a breath. Execute the pitch with conviction and trust. If you're in yellow or red light release and you find yourself losing control or have lost control, that's the time to step out behind the rubber, go through your physical action, breath on the focal point, and the verbal trigger. So the physical action can be removing the lid, putting the lid back on. It can be wiping the rubber away with your cleat. It can be taking the rosin bag and maybe it's a cleat cleaner, right? Any of those things. Physical action, breath on the focal point, left field foul pole, let it go, right? Verbal trigger. Breathe, let it eat this pitch. If it's a small miss, reset and go. If it's a bomb or a booted ball, step off and flush it. The point of the mental game is to always give you something to go to at any point throughout the ballgame. That's what this is. Pre-pitch routines and release routines. Follow the signal light process, right? Don't make it a tempest in a teacup. Don't blow a really tiny thing into a big thing by not getting yourself back into green lights. Anchor down with the breath. Put it in perspective. Get control of your attitude and emotions. Put it in green lights. Just don't carry that shit into the next pitch because you can't throw two balls at once. But that's what you're trying to do if you haven't released the last pitch before you execute this one, right? About the big moment, right? The big one. I say this all the time. The mental game is not about getting ready for the big one. It's about getting ready for each one. And because we don't know when that 3, 4, or 5 pitches or plays are coming, we got to prepare for all of them. Game on the line. You don't try harder, try easier. Trust deeper. You don't rise to the occasion. You sink to the level of your training and preparation. The great Don Sutton said the World Series mindset is built in spring training. The World Series mindset, that's right, when the leaves turn brown and somebody wears the crown, that mindset, it's built in the spring. Every pitch you throw from February to October is an investment into your big one. Each one turns into the big ones. Be the same dude. Respect the game. Trust your stuff. If you treat practice like it's a game, then the game is going to feel like practice, right? And then how are you reflecting, neutrally reflecting back on your performance? Pitch execution standpoint, the league average in Major League Baseball for executed pitches, I believe, is 63 to 64%. That's league average. If you're above that, good. That's good pitch execution. Keep it going. I've told this story many times. Vizzy used to come in to the clubhouse and talk to Greg Maddux and go, "Mad Dog, how'd it go today, man?" And Greg Maddux would go, 72%. Can he go, "Keep it up, man. Keep executing pitches. Good shit." That was it. Keep it simple. Post game, did you execute the pitch where you wanted to execute it? Yes, if you did. No, if you didn't. Add them up. Take the percentage. See where you're at. I executed the pitch or I didn't. It's not, "Oh, it was great today. Oh, I sucked today." No, man, you're on the roller coaster ride. You want to go to the ballpark, not the amusement park. Did I execute the pitch? Yes. Did I not? No. After that, what did you do well? What can you be doing better? And how am I going to do it next time to improve and learn from this moment? Right? And did I align with my mission? Why do I pitch? I pitch because I love it. I pitch because it's fun. I pitch because of the joy. Well, don't let a bad non-executed outing or non-executed pitch prevent you from having love, fun, and enjoyment with your boys. Respect the game. Because if you can say yes to, did I respect the game and live in alignment with my mission today? Did I control what I can control? Did I choose, act, and do confidence? Did I execute each pitch with total trust and commitment? If you can say yes to that, you're becoming the type of person and player that lasts. Right? So what's your pre-pitch routine? Make sure you're anchoring with the breath. At the very minimum, make sure you take a breath pre-pitch. Do you trust it? What do you do when you hit a yellow or red light? What's your series of steps that you go to when the shit hits the fan so you can release and bring you back to execute the next one? Are you throwing with fear? You throwing with force? You throwing with faith? What are you throwing with? You primal? You prayer? You're perfect? Or are you just present? Pick one. One mound session, one bullpen rep, one moment, and go all in this week with a trusting mindset. Bring your body, bring your breath, bring your belief, right? And bring your balls. Para mis jugadores latinos, más línea, más vida. Hasta la próxima. Recuerda, si quieres ser un jugador disciplinado, comprometido y preparado en el futuro, empiezas esa mierda hoy. Se necesita lo que se necesita y lo mejor está por venir. Se habla español. Si se puede, vaya con Dios. Until next time, remember, if you want to be a disciplined, committed, and prepared player in the future, why don't you start that shit today? Because it takes what it fucking takes. And if you choose, the best is yet to come.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.